the 2 scoring drives there, the last 5 or 6 minutes of the first half. And, other than that, really weren't able to get anything going, at all. What were the main issues that you saw? What were the problems you guys were having out there?
Yeah, I think we had several key drops that I thought hurt us. Obviously, down our top 2 receivers, got to have guys step up and make plays, and need to have that consistency from our receiver core and tight ends, and then obviously just continue to get better up front, and give ourselves a chance. And so Jalen Lucas showed you what he can do with the ball in his hands. So we got to continue to find ways to get him the football, but it's about execution. And when our guys do that, positive things happen. When we don't, it's not good enough.
Sammy.
Coach, first drive of the game, first play of the game, call timeout. What happened there? Was it communication?
Yeah, obviously, so that should never happen. That's a mistake on the coaching staff, and so, with obviously you get the ball, the play clock starts immediately, so you got to take the field. It's not something new. It has nothing to do with crowd noise, so that's inexcusable. So it should never happen.
Seth.
You mentioned needing to find ways to get Jalen Lucas the ball. He was a clear bright spot for you guys in the second quarter, and then he didn't really see the field much in the second half. Why were you able to find more spots for him in the second half?
Yeah, to me, that's got to be a point of emphasis without question. So he's a dynamic player, and we got to do a better job of getting him the football more frequently, without question.
All right, Dustin and Zach on Zoom. Dustin.
Are we doing questions already?
Yep, then Zach.
What's that?
You and then Zach.
Okay. Tom, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. I couldn't see you.
No, you're good.
I guess to start, when did you guys find out you weren't going to have Cam and DJ? And, how did you just sort of see the offense, you figure itself out, and then run into trouble in the course of the evening?
Yeah, so first of all, Cam just got a non-COVID related illness that hopefully he should be back from here soon, but wasn't able to play. Something that we, nothing we have any control over, so he'll be okay. But couldn't bring him on a trip. DJ was here, warmed up, tried to see if he could go. Still not quite 100% yet, and don't want to do anything to set him back. We need him without question for the long haul. So hopefully we'll get those guys back next week if at all possible. And they did some good things offensively, but was not consistent. You just got to be consistent. You got to execute. You got to be able to block up front. We got to be able to catch footballs. We got to be able to, not have illegal procedures. We got to make sure we're doing little things the right way and not shoot ourselves in the foot. By getting off to a negative start on those drives. So, but when we do, positive things happen. When we don't, it's not, as I just mentioned, it's not good enough. So, just gonna keep working. We play a tough schedule. We know that, and it's a long season. You just gotta keep getting better every single week.
Zach and Matt in the room.
Hey, it's Tom. Talking about the offense just more broadly, just what are you seeing in terms of maybe it not being able to get on schedule? And I know you guys have been good on third downs. Kind of before tonight, I think tonight was a little bit below kind of your season average, but just in terms of being able to get to second and 6, second and 5, and give yourself, I guess, kind of that comfort zone, just what in your mind kind of isn't working there?
Well, and you said it, we were 2 for 15, I saw there on third downs, which is not even close to being good enough, and that's really tough. Too many third and longs, which makes it very difficult to convert, and to me it's more about first down execution than anything, and then being able to do a great job on third downs. And so we're going to evaluate just play calling and just maximization of our execution and how we're going to get ourselves better in that area, because bottom line is we're not getting the job done. We scored 14 punts on offense, and one of the touchdowns was a defensive score after a sack cost fumble. So to me, we got to find ways to get our playmakers the football and make sure that we're staying on schedule. And to me, that's just constant evaluation. Obviously, tonight was not good enough to get us a chance to win the game.
Matt.
Coach Bell, at the beginning, we talked about trying to find the 5 vets guys. You shuffled the line tonight, moving some guys around, due to some injuries. What went into that decision to move those guys around, and what was your assessment of how they played tonight?
Well, I got to watch the film to get the full assessment. Sometimes things appear a certain way, but obviously you still got to, do a better job of blocking up front. I think that's obvious. But at the same time, we're trying to get the best combination. We put Zach there at guard and with his issues with his hand, and so we had to move Michael Kadick to center and then continue to look to find the best combination. We will always keep reevaluating that each day and each week to get the best 5 out there and try and play as many guys as we can that are ready to play and help us win football game. So to me, still, as a whole offense, it's not good enough. So I think we all would agree with that, and the evaluation process continues.
All right, Tyler, back on Zoom.
Yeah, Coach, Connor talked about how basically he felt like the offense beat itself. I guess, how do you go about fixing that? Is that something that you can work on in practice or film, or how is that something that you can correct moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think that from an execution perspective, there are a lot of things that were self-inflicted. Like I mentioned, just the penalties, the drops, just at times just the execution. You give credit. I always give credit to our opponent. They obviously work hard and played hard, and we had some things we had to adjust to on the hoof schematically that they have modified without question. But at the same time, we got to make plays. And so I think our guys understand that. But and for us, it's about it's how you practice. And so we got to continue to find creative ways to put more stress on our guys to be able to get the best preparation possible so we can make those plays. Obviously, getting some of our top receivers back is going to be huge without a question. But those guys got to step up, and they did. Made some good plays for us tonight. Some of those guys did. We also had some key drops. So to me, that's the buck stops with each one of us, and obviously it starts with me, starts with our staff, and we got to do a better job of getting our guys ready.
Seth and then Zach on Zoom.
Tom, I asked you about this earlier in the week, and I know you only had one game to look at of Nebraska after they made the coaching change. So tonight, did they throw anything at you that you weren't expecting?
Defensively, yes. Offensively, there's always a wrinkle, and you kind of go through. There's always game plan, things that they would do schematically that's maybe different than for they playing somebody else. But I think overall, it's just the sequence of things that they do. And they had 2 weeks to get ready for us, obviously. But at the same time, they got talented coaches that do a really good job and put their guys in. And I've said this in the beginning. They have some really good football players. I know they put it all together like they should have earlier, but it's a team that has a chance to be a really good football team. That's what I think. And so I said that earlier because the film doesn't lie. And when they execute and do things the right way, then they got a lot of good talent for that. So really, you're playing against really good football teams each and every week, and you better execute. And on both sides of the ball and special teams. So we didn't execute on our punt protection, get a punt block. We haven't had punt blocks here. It's not something that ever happens to us usually, but that's a huge error. You usually lose games when you get punts blocked, especially when they take them back for a touchdown. So that cannot happen, and it's inexcusable and really frustrating on my part. But at the same time, we got to evaluate everything and continue to work together to find the best combinations that we have on offense, defense, and special teams to keep working. So I'd say, yeah, they had some wrinkles for sure, but at the same time, most teams do when they have a bye week.
All right, Zach and then Gwen on Zoom, and then we'll wrap up.
Tom, I guess just asking, injury-wise, I imagine you may not have a full picture, but Jalen, it seemed like kind of from the minute he kind of had that weird fall reach on the punt cover, he sort of did something with his shoulder. Just how's he doing? And I don't think we saw him come back in. Just kind of where is he moving?
Well, fortunately, he did, or injure his shoulder on that play, and he did come back and play a few snaps. So he should be, and we'll go through, and there's different AC sprains that you have and different degrees of those, and we'll evaluate that. And obviously, within the realm of our medical staff, we can to get him back as soon as possible so he can help us. So, but he did come back and play in the game a few snaps, and so. But other guys, in that corner position, gotta rise up. We got two really good ones that I thought there was one play that Taiwan made was just a phenomenal play, and Jalen has some good ones too. But got a couple holes that we can't have from that position. But they have some talented receivers as well. So just hope to get him back, ready to go for next week.
All right, Gwen, last one.
Hey, so how would you evaluate Anderson Colby's ability to really step up and get comfortable tonight in the game?
Yeah, it was huge for us. We challenged our receiver corps that somebody's going to have to step up. Multiple guys needed to step up, and Anderson Colby was one of those guys, and I thought he did some great things. I thought even Javon Swinton, he took a big hit, but had some big catches as well. And then just proud of our guys to be able to try to battle that. But we need Anderson to be a consistent contributor, no matter who's playing or not playing. And he's got tremendous speed and athleticism and got good ball skills. So he's the guy that this football team needs to step up in a big way.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Awesome. Have a good night, Elio.